97% of Earth's water is found in the ocean. However, most of this water is not suitable for human consumption due to the high levels of salt. Drinking this water would cause dehydration. The remaining 3% is located in glaciers, ice, rivers, lakes, and below the ground. This is the only water available to humans for ingestion.
Wow, 3%? That's not a lot. There are 7 billion people in this world. How can 3% be enough for everyone?
That's where many problems lie. Many impoverished nations can't afford water because large companies, such as Dasani and Coca-Cola, privatize water and increase water rates. Using privatization, the World Bank profits off of water, causing third world countries to suffer due to their inability to get water.
In regions such as Africa, women spend up to 9 hours a day collecting, managing, and utilizing water.
Medical research has been conducted to determine the negative health impacts these women face when carrying heavy jugs many miles. Problems range from chronic fatigue, spinal and pelvic deformities, to effects on reproductive health and anemia.
These women use 85% of their daily energy intake on fetching water.
Although these problems don't directly impact us here in the United States, our own water possesses problems to public health in the form of contamination.
In our recent experiment covering water solution and its impact on plants and public health, we discovered pollution in water consumed daily. This pollution comes in the form of copper, chlorine, iron, hardness, nitrate, nitrites, alkalinity, and fertilizer solution. We tested tap water and the results were shocking.
Nitrates, nitrites, and alkalinity was found to be present in the tap water tested. The MCL of copper in drinking water is 1.3 milliliters, while we discovered our tested water contained 1 milliliter. The maximum amount of nitrate is 10 milliliters, and we discovered 2 milliliters in the tap water. The alkalinity in the tap water was 6 milliliters, while the maximum amount safe for consumption is 6 to 8 milliliters.
This data proves the water consumed daily by the public is often contaminated by several factors.
This affects public health in areas such as heart disease, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, difficulty breathing, and chemical poisoning.
Does anyone know the steps of the water cycle?
I know a few steps. It starts with evaporation, then condensation, and precipitation. But I forget what comes next.
It's transpiration, water runoff, and lastly, infiltration.
Okay, cool. But why is this important?
Well, water is vital to human and animal life. We need it for survival. Water also helps with digestion.
Water is important to Earth because it acts as a solvent and lets other substances dissolve into it. This allows water to carry nutrients to the cells and carry any wastes away from it.
Water plays a very important role in animals as well. It maintains the process of homeostasis to keep constant temperatures within the body.
Did you know that half of all drinking water in the U.S. is from groundwater? Groundwater is water that enters the soil and percolates down by the gravity.
I think I've heard of that before. If I remember correctly, there are 2 ways to withdraw groundwater: passive and active withdrawal. Passive is the easiest and most environmentally friendly because you just tap into the free-flowing spring. Active utilizes a little more energy. In order to withdraw this way, you must drill into the ground and pump water out.
There's 2 types of contaminants in groundwater: point source, which is a contaminant from a distinct identifiable source, and non-point source, which is a contaminant from a dispersed source.
Wow, water is so important. Are there any ways we can conserve water?
Water conservation is very important, and it's something we should all be thinking about. Some tips are turning off the faucet when brushing your teeth, taking shorter showers, and installing a water-saving device on toilets.
Another simple way is purchasing a water-saving nozzle for your garden hose at home.